Hi everyone, and welcome to another video. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, I am the Hermit Tarot and this is my YouTube channel. Now in today's video, we're asking Spirit for guidance on connections. Now this doesn't have to be a love reading, it can be for a platonic connection as well, but it is really important that you come to this reading with a specific connection in mind. I have 4 different groups in today's general reading, and each of the groups are pretty different. I will just say there was a few crossovers. I think there's a certain collective energy. So this is supposed to be a timeless reading. Whenever this reading found you is when it is meant for you. But I still encourage you to take your time to select a group and to come to this reading with clear intention. We're asking Spirit in today's collective reading what is going on in the connection on your mind. I've got a little list here with me of all the things that we're going to cover here on YouTube, as well as in the extended reading. Now, the important thing to know about this reading is that we're breaking it down into 2 different perspectives in order to get a really clear, in-depth look at what is happening in your connection. I'm going to be reading that question from person A's perspective and person B's perspective. By getting these 2 perspectives, you can figure out which perspective you align with, and then you can look at the other perspective as being the other person in this connection's perspective. My goal is to offer that insight in a helpful way. If it's too confusing, if you can't keep up, this isn't the reading for you. I did my best to try to keep the perspectives clear cut and individual. So here on YouTube, we're focusing on that topic. What is going on in this connection? In your extended reading, we're going to follow through with that 2-person perspective, having a look at what person A and person B's most recent thoughts of the connection were, what their most recent feelings for each other were, and what the best advice for each other will be. I will also be pulling additional questions for each of the groups. It just depends on your group. It depends on the vibe. But there were additional questions that we answered as well in each extended reading. So with all of that being said, let me introduce each of the 4 groups to you. Starting over here, we have group number 1 with the Light Seers Tarot deck. This is what the Lovers card looks like in group 1's tarot deck. Group 2, you have this tarot deck, and I still haven't been able to find the box for it. I think it's in my other room. This is what the Lovers card looks like in this deck. If I can remember to, I will try to list this deck in the pinned comment. But otherwise, if you know what deck this is, please comment it down below. I'm so sorry, I forgot to double check what this deck is. It's a beautiful deck. It's very photography art style. If you feel drawn to this deck, you'll be a part of group 2's reading. Group 3, you have the Dreamy Moons tarot deck, and this is what the Lovers card looks like in this tarot deck. If you feel drawn towards that, you'll be a part of group 3's reading. And then on our far right, we have the Housewives tarot for group 4, and that's what the Lovers card looks like in the Housewives tarot deck. Very vintage / retro, sort of 50s housewife inspired. So when you know which of these 4 groups you're feeling most drawn to, click on your timestamp in the description box or the pinned comment and join me in your reading. I will also be playing a meditation clip after this. That meditation clip goes for about a minute, and it's there to help you intuitively connect with the group that has the most messages for you. If you need that help, keep watching, otherwise I'll see you in your video. So the first thing I want you to do with me is to take in 2 deep, mindful breaths. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Now I want you to focus on clearing your mind. It's natural to have thoughts racing at this point. I want you to embrace each thought as it comes and let it slip as quickly as it came in.
Focus on clearing and balancing out these thoughts so that they come and go without a desire to be attached to them. And now, with a rested mind, I want you to think of the first group that comes to your mind. It may be a number, it may be an object that I showed you. It could be a specific color, it could be a feeling that you felt when I showed you each of the groups today. When you are ready and when you feel confident, select your group and join me in your reading.
Hi my group ones, and welcome to your reading. It is so lovely to have you all here. As you can see, if you've chosen the Light Seers Tarot deck, then you'll be in the right place. If this doesn't look familiar to you, sweet souls, go back to the timestamps, click on the right group. Now we're asking Spirit today, what is going on in this connection with the person on your mind? I've written down notes over here of what we're covering on YouTube and the extended reading. So on YouTube, we're going to have a look at person A, person B. So we're getting two perspectives of this connection. Whoever you resonate the most with, your person will be the other perspective. And I will call each perspective A and B, just to help me as the reader separate the energy. It usually works for the viewer as well. Sometimes it can get confusing, so we're going to do our best to keep it as clear and helpful as possible. Now, before I get into it, I highly recommend that you set your intentions as the viewer. What information are you hoping to gain clarity on? Are there specific questions you want answered? I will be pulling a yes or no card to open your reading, so have that question at the forefront of your mind. But as we go on, I'm going to hopefully be able to delve more into what is going on in this connection currently to help you gain perspective. As your reader, I'm going to set my intention now while I shuffle your cards. Spirit, please tune me into Group 1's energy. Please help me to offer Group 1 the most clear, honest messages about their reading today. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Spirit, what is the answer to Group 1's yes or no question? Now is your last chance to ask that question. You don't have to ask a question though. We're going to cover the question really quickly and then we're going to delve into your overall topic. Spirit, what is the answer to Group 1's yes or no question? That was very quick. We have the Four of Cups reversed. So I would say that your answer is yes, but your answer is also about making the most out of the time that you have in your present moment. This is not something that you can wait for. It's not going to happen over time. It's not going to get easier over time. It has to be handled, dealt with, and responded to ASAP. If this is a question about your happiness, your sense of connection, this is something that is your responsibility to create. It is not the responsibility of others to maintain that sense of happiness and connection within self. You're being encouraged to seize the moment here and to really step up and claim the opportunities around you in your present moment instead of waiting for something better to happen in the future. So the answer to your question is yes, but you got to remember that you're the one responsible for making it happen. Okay, let's get into your reading now. Spirit, what is going on in this connection? What is going on in this connection? We're going to have a look at the connection overall, and then I'm going to separate the energy into A and B perspectives. What is going on in this connection? Okay, and at the back of the deck, alrighty. So I can see straight away that this connection has a lot of potential to be something long-term. There is a desire here to bring more stability into the connection, but there is also a focus on independence. This connection is currently in the process of executing a plan, and there are blockages that need to be cleared in order for this connection to truly thrive. This connection has a lot of potential, but energetically, there are some immaturity issues. And these immaturity issues stem from a lack of experience, not a lack of vision. You both have vision when it comes to this connection. You both have desire and passion for this connection and for each other. But there is a lack of experience that limits the execution here. So what I can see currently is a very detailed, slow-moving plan being executed. And this is helpful because it's happening slow enough for us to allow whatever changes need to happen to take place in a very controlled way. But it also doesn't feel exciting. And I think that someone in this connection is feeling like the passion isn't exciting anymore. I feel the fire becoming more stable. So this connection is one that's hit a plateau, and it's a sign of stability. It's a sign of the fact that you and this person have hit a stable moment in your connection where maybe there's no more sort of fireworks or sparks that you were feeling. Maybe the rose-colored glasses are being lifted a little bit. But this is also interpreted as a good thing. It is interpreted as an opportunity to enjoy how far you've come together, to stay focused on the overall plan for the future, and to have enough room in your individual lifestyles for your own goals and your own freedom. I can see that with the bottom deck energy being the Knight of Pentacles, there is probably more of a focus on individual progress than mutual progress. Whatever plans you have together, they seem to be in the future, later this year or 2 years from now. The energy as it stands currently is focused on individual stability, individual expansion, individual progress. And that could be very frustrating because there is desire here to be around the other person and to have excitement in this connection and to be spontaneous and all of that. There is also an awareness of deeper feelings for each other. But these feelings don't feel stable. It could be that since the rose-colored glasses have come off, the feelings are starting to get a little uncertain. You may worry that you were a little impulsive or that they were a little impulsive. And I think if you're here, you're probably worried about how they feel about you and where they see this connection headed in the future. Now, if this is a Platonic connection, I still believe these themes that I've already mentioned are very prevalent, but I can also see how the Four of Wands could represent an opportunity for you and this person to come closer together by celebrating some sort of harmony or union. As it stands currently, it feels like if this is a Platonic connection, you and this person aren't making a lot of time for each other to be as fun and vibrant, as youthful as you used to be, and that there are maybe some energetic blockages due to different interests or different focuses right now that are standing in the way of your ability to connect frequently. But with the Elephant reversed, neither of you have given up on this connection. It just means that this is somebody you don't get to see as often as you used to. So that is what I'm seeing in terms of the overall status of this connection. I'm going to shuffle the tarot back in and we'll have a look at the two perspectives now. Starting with this oracle deck, actually. Spirit, what is person A's perspective of this connection? What is person A's perspective of this connection? We have hyena. What is person B's perspective of this connection? We have dragon reversed. Okay, how do we feel about this, Spirit? The back of the deck is the moth energy. So we went from the elephant to the hyena, the dragon, and the moth. We're seeing fiery energy in this connection, indicating a strong sense of attraction, inspiration, and chemistry between you and this person. If this is a platonic connection, the attraction could be that you have a very magnetic friendship, a very magnetic connection that was inspiring a lot of growth and inspiring some colorful moments. As it stands presently, there are things in this connection that need to be brought to the light. With the moth card in the middle, it feels like you're both thinking things that you're still trying to figure out how to communicate with one another. And it could be that you're currently seeking advice or information from people outside of this connection about questions and topics that impact this connection. Instead of feeling like you can get the answers and the feedback that you need from each other, it feels like these questions are looming above us and we're talking about these things with other people. Now, I do see a problem in this. I feel as though this is creating a separation and this is leaving too much room for criticism rather than constructive feedback. I believe with the moth card reversed, there is still a desire here to gain solutions. It feels like this isn't about just sitting in the dark. This is about gaining clarity and having answers. But I think for the moth card to be reversed and to be here at all, it feels like we're not being completely honest about what we're thinking and how we're feeling about things. Okay, so let's have a look at your individual perspectives now. Person A's perspective is very, can we say interesting? I know I throw that word around like it's the only word in the encyclopedia, but the hyena's energy is a scavenger. It represents a creature that doesn't really hunt. The only way it gains sustenance is by feeding off of the leftovers of other people's meals. So as an energy in this deck and in this reading, this person is feeling a lot of passion, but they don't feel confident enough to initiate things themselves. They don't feel confident enough to tackle the things that they want themselves. They wait for the other person to initiate, to discuss, to open up the possibilities of certain things in this relationship, and then they reciprocate or they follow up with their intentions. So this isn't someone who's confident in their own abilities. This is someone who needs another stronger personality to kind of steer the way. Doesn't mean they don't want things. They do. This is a fiery energy in this deck. It just means that they don't feel confident enough to pursue. They prefer to sort of be in the shadows. And so this is an energy that's very hesitant. When we look at the connecting energy and the perspective of person A, there's hesitancy here. There is a feeling of, well, I know what I want, but I don't know how to achieve it. So I'm really just waiting for person B to show me. Or I'm waiting for it to be to fall into place. I'm waiting for the natural process of these things to come and land in my lap with little risk, and then I will seize it. And that's very frustrating because you've got person B over here in this dragon energy. And the dragon is a spirit card in this oracle deck. It's quite an influential card connected to one of the chakras. And I was trying to find my guidebook so I could figure out which chakra it was. I'm pretty sure it is the sacral chakra, but I could be very, very wrong there. I'm also picking up on heart chakra energy. So the dragon has a lot of fire. It also has the ability to really take the lead if they want to, but this dragon feels defeated. Person B, it's not that they don't have the ability to be a leader, it's that they probably don't know if they should. This dragon's heart is a little conflicted. Person B is definitely protecting themselves right now. Person B has a lot of energy to give and is the kind of person that a lot of people want in their corner, whether as a friend or a lover, anything in between. But that doesn't mean that they say yes to everyone that wants to be with them. This dragon is protecting themselves. This dragon doesn't feel 100% confident that it's in the right place with the right people around it. So I kind of want to pull more cards now to figure out why you're in these energies. And I want to start with the dragon. Spirit, what is going on in this connection for person B? From person B's perspective, what is going on in this connection? What is going on in this connection from person B's perspective? Okay, we have the Five of Wands. We have the Lover's card reversed, and we have the Seven of Swords. And there's the King of Cups again. Person B is feeling like things just aren't being addressed. Person B feels like there are secrets. Person B feels like this connection is full of dishonesty at this point, as though you're not being completely open and honest with each other. And person B also feels like big decisions are being made without thinking about the other person. Person B feels a lot of love here, a lot of connection, an intimacy, an emotional intimacy, but they also feel like they need to protect their best interests. With the King of Cups reversed, person B is definitely protecting themselves and is trying to do what they can to feel like they're taking care of their own business, their own future, their own growth. I feel a lot of the Nine of Pentacles energy from this person. I think that this person is replaying certain conversations that they've had with person A and is trying to read between the lines at this point to get a clearer view of what is happening and what this all means. With the Five of Wands here, person B feels like this connection has competition. They don't feel like the only person in person A's life, and it's in a way where they feel like they have to compete for person A's attention. It's coming across as easily distracted, but it's also coming across as challenging. It's very hard for person B in this situation to feel like their energy is valued. And this is a dragon. This is someone that has a lot to offer, feeling as though this is a connection that just isn't prioritizing nor fitting The Five of Wands indicates a lot of different opinions, a lot of different personalities. And at this point, person B feels like it's all very challenging. And so I can see how person B has withdrawn to protect themselves, but to also protect their own opinions. There's a lot of things that this person thinks that they don't tell person A. They keep it to themselves, and they've kept some of their progress to themselves as well. Person B has made decisions for themselves because they've seen that modeled to them. Person B is definitely at a point where there's a lot to be said and they don't know how to start this conversation. They don't know how to open this conversation up. So speaking of, let's have a look at person A's energy. What is going on in this connection for person A, Spirit? We have the Two of Wands. We have the Five of Pentacles. And we have the Ten of Cups at the back of the deck. So person A is in a much more optimistic headspace. Listen, as optimistic as you can be, because I know you guys are seeing the same thing that I'm seeing if you have sight. Person A is hoping for a redemption in this connection because they don't feel like this connection has had its full time in the sun. They don't feel like this connection is truly over. They don't feel like this connection is something that can end so easily. They're under the impression that this connection is going through a rebirth, a transformation. And through this transformative period lies the opportunity to address things. So the way that this person is looking at addressing issues is through action, not communication. We have person B who wants to feel validated through communication, but we have person A who's trying to offer support physically. I can see person A with the Two of Wands really looking at plans and ways that they can expand this connection immediately through short-term plans. The Two of Wands is about making more out of what you already have with someone. So that means that person A already feels a vibrant connection. They already felt that spark. They already felt that potential. And now in the Two of Wands stage, they want to explore that potential by laying out some plans for the immediate future, for the next 3 months, specifically for the next 4 weeks, short-term future plans, with the intention of being in a long-term connection in the long-term future. So person A is focusing on the immediate future, knowing that they feel very connected to person B and hoping that they can build something out of that, creating a sense of family and happiness in the long-term future. Now with the Five of Pentacles here, they don't feel comfortable yet. They feel like they need to make immediate changes to their lifestyle and to the way that they prioritize their material world. Person A may be feeling left behind or even excluded from person B's life, but they see this as it's happened because of who they are. They know themselves. They know that they're this hyena, and they feel like they're left out because they haven't been assertive enough or planning enough. So they feel a little left out in the cold, a little neglected. And with the Five of Pentacles here, they feel like changes need to be made in order to positively transform this connection. And they believe it is possible. So let's have a better look at what is going on in this connection through some heart. What is this? Psychic Tarot for the heart cards. Spirit, what is in person A's heart space when it comes to this connection? What is in person A's heart space when it comes to this connection, please, Spirit? What is in person A's heart space? We have the Emperor with lead. What is in person B's heart space? Okay, for person B, we have the Fool with trust and the Nine of Swords reversed, which is darkest fears in this deck. I actually do really like this energy for this connection. I think that if this connection is going to grow, this is the only way it can happen. We need person A to feel more confident in themselves, to be more of a leader, and to be able to address things and initiate things. So in person A's heart space, they want to be that person. They want to be someone that can handle risk and that can take on more responsibility and that can really perform well under pressure, that can be the leader that this connection needs. They want that in their heart space. In person B's heart space, we see the Fool and the Nine of Swords reversed, meaning that this person is trying to trust. They're trying to trust themselves. They're trying to trust the situation. They're trying to trust the information they have. They're trying to trust the other person. This person has a hard time trusting. They feel like their heart is calling for them to do something risky, something foolish, but something that they won't regret. Because their heart is telling them if they don't do anything, and if they don't lay all their cards out and really take this risk, this leap of faith, they're going to have some serious regrets with darkest fears here, reversed. This Nine of Swords is really talking about an epiphany, a clarity, and the kind of clarity that illuminates your fears. It doesn't get rid of your fears, but it shows you which fear is real, what fear is manageable, and what fear is unhelpful. So this is a very logical person. Their head is really cooperating with their heart here, and their heart is overruling their head through logic and through this idea that if they don't stay in this energy, they're going to regret it. Whereas person B is leading with their heart. Sorry, person A. Now I'm getting confused. Person A over here is leading with their heart and is really trying to make sure that they can step up because that's what they want. That's what their heart is telling them to do. So Spirit, what is likely to happen in the near future in this connection? I'll use this deck. What is likely to happen in the near future? In this connection. Okay. To close your reading from the Celestial Bodies Oracle deck, we have Libra and Cardinal reversed. And then at the back of the deck is Waxing Gibbous Moon. Now this Waxing Gibbous Moon does talk about a growing potential, a momentum, something really coming into fruition in a climatic way. There could be a lot of strong feelings surfacing throughout this period, and we don't get here overnight. We get to this kind of turning point in a cycle after events have taken place, after a period of reflection, and then after some more exertion of energy. That's where you're at. You're exerting energy. We're coming up to a powerful climax, a powerful culmination. What is next in this connection is an opportunity to exert more energy into this connection and to really show up for this connection in your own unique ways. I do see with the Libra energy here more balance a shift in making sure that there is equal give and take, making sure that there is appreciation here. Libra loves conversations that are led through respect, authenticity, and appreciation for everyone in the conversation. Libra also wants to feel seen. So it's really important in the next chapter of this connection that you are giving each other that opportunity to be seen, to be heard, and to contribute. If someone's not contributing enough, there needs to be awareness of why. Because we have a conflict over here with cardinal reversed. Libra is a cardinal sign. So is Aries over here. And cardinal is all about action, initiative, kind of being the leader, not being afraid to step up, like we were talking about with person A. I think in order for balance to be restored, this cardinal energy has to be more balanced. It is likely that this kind of effort is not able to be consistent because of this person's true nature being the hyena. And so the dragon might feel very appreciative of this effort, but the dragon is going, how long is it going to last? How long can this hyena pretend to be an emperor? There is still doubts, is what I feel. There is still doubts because this person struggles to trust. A cycle has already taken place, which has caused this person to feel distrustful. So with cardinal reversed, there is still a feeling of there being an elephant in the room, which brings us back to the start of your reading's themes with that elephant energy. There is still an elephant in the room. This Libra energy is wonderful, but it feels temporary. It feels like the issues are still there. And if we're really going to clear this cycle in a positive way, we need to address that elephant in the room, and we need to really figure out whether that elephant is clearing the way for a future together or creating more obstacles. That is really hard for us to overcome. So that's what I'm seeing for you in terms of what is going on in this connection right now. Group 1, I'm going to take your reading into the extended now, where we will have a look at person A and person B's most recent thoughts of each other, most recent feelings for each other, and the best advice for each other as well. If that sounds like information you would like, or information that would be helpful to your journey, the link to the extended readings is in the description box and the pinned comment. Click that link to find your reading. Remember, your group 1 of the What is Going On in This Connection reading that I posted in January 2025. Thank you for your time, for your energy, and for this energy exchange, sweet souls. I really appreciate you being here and letting me read for you. Until we meet again, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Goodbye. Hi Group 2, and welcome to your reading. If you recognize this beautiful tarot deck right here and this card, then this is going to be your reading. Now, sweet souls, we're asking Spirit, what is going on in the connection on your mind? And I am going to be doing this reading from both people's perspectives. There'll be a person A and a person B. Whichever perspective you resonate with, the other person in this connection will obviously be the other person in this connection. So I hope that makes sense. I think I would have done a better job at explaining it in the intro. I'm going to go ahead and get into your reading, sweet souls. As I set my intentions as your reader, I highly recommend that you set your intentions as the viewer. Think of the questions you would like to be addressed. Think of the information you would like me to cover, and hopefully with our intentions being set, we can find a way to meet each other halfway, especially because this isn't a one-on-one reading. So energetically, Let's try to get as aligned as possible. Spirit, please tune me into Group 2's energies. Please help me offer Group 2 the most clear, honest messages about their reading. Now, to open your reading, I'm going to ask you to ask Spirit a yes or no question about this connection. You can pause the video if you need more time to figure out what that question would be. Just a straightforward yes or no question, and I'm going to answer it first before we get into the theme for today's reading. Spirit, what is the answer to my Group 2's yes or no question? What is the answer to my Group 2's yes or no question? We have Death with the Eight of Swords at the back of the deck. The answer is no, because something better is waiting on the other side of this cycle. You are stuck in a cycle that would appear to be more negative than what you deserve. It appears your vision for this situation is quite limited, and it needs to change in order for you to embrace ideas and situations that are better for you. It appears that your mindset is very limited, and there are better opportunities waiting for you on the other side of this ending. The Death card is symbolizing an ending in order for a rebirth. You are able to recover and rise from the ashes of this ending, becoming a better version of yourself that is more energetically aligned to the best possible outcome. So that is the answer to your yes or no question. Now, Spirit, what is going on in this connection for Group 2? What is objectively going on in this connection? What is objectively going on in this connection? Your first card is the Tower card. What is objectively? We have the Sun card reversed. What is objectively going on in this connection? Okay, we have the Moon, and at the back of the deck is the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so this is just giving us an overview of the connection before we break it down into the two perspectives. I'm also going to pull an oracle card from the Kim Kran's Wild Unknown Animal Archetypes deck. Spirit, what is going on in this connection? Okay. We have the Bear energy in the middle. Interesting. It seems like both of you are trying to get a better perspective of this connection. You're both analyzing each other or analyzing where you're at. And the Hawk is really paying attention to details. The Hawk doesn't miss a beat. Not only is the Hawk's vision impeccable, but the Hawk also has the ability to try to find answers and solutions in a situation that can feel very limited and challenging. So it's likely that you guys are taking a step back to be able to look at things from the bigger picture. But with the Bear being in between both of the tarot energies, I feel like this connection is currently at some sort of turning point. The Bear's energy can feel quite grounding because of the earth sign, but it's also an energy that is ready to burst. It's ready if it needs to react, if it needs to take action, if it's being called to step up, like it's not afraid. And it's very much a reactive energy, but it's also the kind of energy that protects. So it is a predator. And I feel like with the Bear being here, there's this energy of this connection needing to be protected. So when we have a look at all of these tarot cards around our oracle card, we can kind of get an idea of why that oracle card chose to come out. You have 3 major arcana cards, which include the Sun and the Moon. However, both the Sun and the Moon are reversed, which means that this connection has a lot of confusion. There's a lot of feelings that are unresolved, and there is a lot of, I want to say, emotions being kind of up in the air. When the sun's energy is reversed, instead of providing clarity, it puts us in a place of doubt. We are doubting the information we have, and we're doubting the ability to see clearly what is in front of us. It's like our mindset has become pessimistic. We could be given information and answers as clear as day, but our mind is pessimistic, is unable to see that information clearly. Whereas the moon is a card of darkness anyway. So when that card is reversed, the darkness becomes heavier. Not even our feelings make sense anymore. And this usually leads to us feeling very confused, feeling blindsided. Something has happened in this connection with the Tower card that has turned this connection upside down. A sudden, unexpected shift in energy that has come through as a realization, which has rocked the foundations of this connection. The thing about this is, although it could have felt sudden, shocking, and unexpected, it can only destroy or change what wasn't stable to begin with. So a lot of this connection is showing illusion. This Tower moment revealed the illusion of feelings, the illusion of promises, the illusion of attachment with the sun. And with the Nine of Pentacles reversed, it definitely brought insecurities to the surface. The Nine of Pentacles reversed makes you question how you could have better taken care of yourself throughout this process, because now you feel almost dependent on this connection or this person. It indicates that you and this person feel a dependency or an attachment to each other that isn't based on security, that isn't probably healthy for either of you. It feels dependent, as I've said, but it also feels anxiously attached. It feels like we are lacking in our self-sufficiency, and therefore we draw upon this person as either a distraction or a false sense of stability. So the bear energy says that you and this person may be each other's safe people. You may rely on each other when the going gets tough to really help get through a situation. But it's almost like it's a false sense of stability and security within each other. This hasn't really given me any clarity. It's given me a lot of confusion as your reader. I've been able to list key themes in this connection, but I'm pretty keen to break this reading down into those two perspectives so that I can get a better understanding of what is happening in this connection between the two of you. So let me pack these cards up and we'll delve deeper by being able to truly tune into your energies here. All right, Spirit. What is going on in this connection from person A's perspective? What is going on in this connection? Person A is showing up as the B. What is going on in this connection from person B's perspective? What is going on in this connection from person B's perspective, please, Spirit? Person B. We have the black egg. Okay. Okay. And at the back of the deck is the frog. How's that looking? Sorry, my chair is so squeaky, but it's also so comfortable. So when it comes to channeling for hours and hours and hours, I prefer a comfortable chair more than anything. All right, let's get some tarot out. What is going on in this connection, Spirit? From person B's perspective. What is going on in this connection from person B's perspective, we have the Devil and we have the Star. I'm hearing you're going to be a star, darling. Interesting accent. What is going on in this connection from person A's perspective? The Five of Cups reversed and the Hermit. And at the back of this deck is the Ten of Cups. So the thing is, you are both trying to put your best foot forward. It's like you're not trying to let anyone know, let alone each other know, how much everything has affected you when it comes to this connection. I can see that on the surface, you guys may be trying to act really cool, act really calm. I'm hearing cool, calm, and collected. And projecting the right image is especially important for person B. But you guys may be accustomed to needing to present in a put together way on the outside for other people as well. This connection is stuck at the moment. You've encountered a tricky, challenging episode in this connection, not even a chapter, because a chapter would indicate more. It feels like you've gone through quite a challenging moment, a challenging episode in this connection. And with the Frog reversed and the Ten of Cups reversed, you're stuck. You haven't been able to get over it. You're either still healing because it's fresh, or this is something that just can't be resolved overnight. It's like there's too much water under the bridge. Because of that, even though you guys do care for each other, the Ten of Cups reversed is saying that this connection has you both questioning its longevity. I don't think you fully trust the other person with your whole heart, which is very interesting because person B got the black egg. And the black egg really wants communication, really wants to discuss what they've been thinking, discuss how they've been feeling, discuss what they've learned. Person B has been in a position recently where they've been able to look at the connection with fresh eyes. The black egg is connected to the fifth chakra, and it values clear thinking, clear communication. But with the Devil under it, this communication, although it's quite clear, is coming from a very unique perspective. Person B's perspective can be more harmful than helpful because person B is playing devil's advocate in this connection. Person B is wise enough, intelligent enough, smart enough to know better with the Star card and the black egg. This is somebody who's incredibly resourceful, and a lot of people go to this person for advice. They're very good at giving out advice, but they don't practice what they preach. They are the first person to play devil's advocate and to embrace the human condition, which is to make mistakes, to self-sabotage, and to choose easy coping mechanisms rather than address self-destructive patterns and change that behavior. And this isn't all the time, but person B has been in this energy recently, and that's how they are approaching this connection. They are contributing to the reason why this connection is on the rocks. Because although they've done the work, theoretically, they haven't practiced what they've learned efficiently and consistently. So with the Star card, this person may be in a position where, yes, they've done, some research, they've asked for advice, they've done some healing, they've looked back on their past, they've talked to a therapist, they may have even publicly addressed things and shared what they've learned with an audience, if they're a public figure or if they have a platform of sorts. There is this feeling of being incredibly aware, but distorted. They use their knowledge to distort their practices and to kind of get away with things as well. And we all have this within us. I'm not trying to paint this person as a bad person. I'm just trying to describe where they're at right now, because this is the primary energy that they're in, and this is how they're approaching this connection. This person is also recruiting allies, and although they have, the professional input, they may be specifically seeking perspective that aligns with their deviant behavior. And unfortunately, there's an expert out there for everybody. If this person wants to be validated for their deviant behavior, they won't have to look too far with social media. They can bring up any podcast, any influencer, any celebrity, any psychiatrist who puts themselves out there and forward a chapter or a reel, a TikTok that perfectly aligns with their deviant behavior and validates the self-destructive path that they're on. So they're using communication as their tool to essentially soothe their deviant behavior. And they think that that's them healing. Well, now I have a name for this. I know what it is. And I'm broken. I'm a victim. I'm wounded. Okay, but you're still hurting people. What are you going to do about that? Well, you see, but I was hurt too. And that's why I am the way that I am. I'm just coping. It's a coping mechanism. Yes, but your coping mechanism is hurting people. What are you going to do about that? Well, I'm still healing. I'm still figuring it out. But this podcast said that what I'm doing is called blah, blah, blah. It's like this person is still doing what is giving them the instant gratification that they need, rather than actively being aware and working on how their actions have negatively impacted people around them. And that goes beyond this connection. This kind of behavior impacts everything. It impacts the life they lead. It impacts the habits they choose. It impacts their emotional availability. It impacts their empathy. It impacts the type of people they seek out, the environments they choose to occupy, and the spaces they choose to create, the bonds they choose to form. They're as limited as their perspective, and their perspective is deviant. Yes, open to healing, but through the lens of deviancy, if that's even a word. Deviation probably is the better word. So let's have a look at person A now, because person B has a very dominant energy in this connection. And I think that person B's energy is dictating the development of this connection. It's also dictating the journey that this connection has been on. Person A is very good at keeping busy with the B here. Person A is a team player. They don't like to do things alone, but they're not afraid if they have to do things alone. They prefer company. They prefer to feel like they're a part of something bigger than themselves. And they'd prefer to feel like what they're working on is important not just to them, but to the people around them. This is the type of person that values community, that values group friendships, that values productive work practices. And this is not just within a workplace, but within their home life, within their friendships, within their partnerships. They want to feel like what they're doing is supportive. This person's love languages are probably acts of service, quality time, words of affirmation. This person is in an airy energy with the B card being here. That means that they are trying to move quickly, trying to keep busy. They're also easily distracted, but they're also action orientated right now. Now you both have airy influences, but person A's air is making them do things. It's making them react quickly, and it's kind of meaning that they're missing key information. They're having a hard time putting the dots together. They're being given an action and they just do it. We can see with their tarot cards that this person is also missing the point. With the Hermit card reversed, they aren't in tune with the bigger picture. They have tunnel vision and they're choosing to hyperfixate on specific things instead of looking at how all of it is coming together. This is a classic case of not really wanting to address things, trying to sweep things under the rug, or being afraid of being alone for too long. With the Five of Cups reversed, this is also somebody who's trying to recover from feelings of disappointment. They may have been let down, and they're trying not to dwell on that heavy feeling. They don't want to feel sad. They don't want to dwell in depression. This person with these two cards could be prone to mood disorders, and they could be prone to heavy feelings. They don't want to dwell on heavy feelings. They don't want to be in a mood, in a deep mood. So they're trying to pick themselves up, and they're doing so in a very haphazard, distracting way. They're not necessarily finding solutions. They're finding quick fixes and distractions. With the Hermit card reversed, due to them not wanting to be alone, it is likely that they are seeking out not only distractions for their mind, but physically stimulating environments that are distracting. And that's where these two can kind of cross over. This isn't a connection that is fostering deep emotional intimacy. This is a connection that is self-destructing through conscious patterns and subconscious avoidance. You are both here to stimulate each other into self-destruction, which is a very karmic chapter in your individual journeys and a very triggering dynamic within your connection, which is why no healing can be afforded. And that's why no emotional intimacy can be afforded. The Ten of Cups is reversed because you're not developing a secure attachment to one another that is fostering safe opportunities for you to explore how you feel. Instead, it's creating either a trauma attachment or, with the Ten of Cups reversed, unfulfilling moments in between all of the stimulation. I do think that you need to be very careful in this connection, whoever you are, okay? There's no right or wrong. I'm just pointing out the themes here from both perspectives, because it's a complicated mess, and if you focus on who is right, who is wrong, you're missing the point. You're both right, you're both wrong. You're both on your own journeys, and you're both coming together to highlight key patterns of behavior in your own lives. The more you focus on, well, person B is deviant and they're even worse because they know that they're wrong, then you're missing the point, person A. It's not about person B, it's about you. Why are you letting this happen to you? Why aren't you having healthier boundaries? Why aren't you addressing how you truly feel? Why are you afraid to be alone? And person B, with your knowledge, the more that you look at person A and go, well, see, if they just stood up for themselves more, or if they just weren't such a pushover, the more you're missing the point. Why do you seek out people like this? Why are you aware of this and allowing this to happen while also not changing the way that you influence these people? The deficits you understand in the other person need to be acknowledged within. And that is truly what is going on in this connection. It isn't black and white. There is a gray scale of deception, of masking, of denial, and of manipulation. And you're both towing in all those categories. So let's have a look at what's in your heart spaces now. What is in person A's heart space, spirit, when it comes to this connection? I'm hearing wrong person, wrong time. Wrong person, right time, which is interesting. If you were each in a better place, you wouldn't have allowed this to happen. Person A, please, Spirit. What is going on in person A's heart space? We have the throat chakra reversed. What is going on in person B's heart space? What is going on in person B's heart space? We have Temperance. And at the back of the deck is the Two of Swords, refusing to see. Yeah. I honestly see this connection becoming very codependent, and the energy between you is that you're blind. You're not seeing things for what they truly are. You're seeing things for how you want to see them. You spend a lot of time ignoring the warning signs and trying to read between the lines of confusion and deceit instead of paying attention to what reality is showing you. There is no decision here. You should not be confused. It should be obvious what is best for you. It should be obvious. If you were reading this situation as a stranger, imagine that. Imagine you were reading what happened here on a gossip site, and it was somebody else's life, somebody else's connection, and you read all the details. It wouldn't be a confusing situation. You'd know exactly what that person should do. You'd know exactly what that person's next actions should be. And that's the problem, is that you're making it out to be more of a stalemate than it is. There's only so much that you can allow yourself to see if you continue to limit your own vision. So let's have a look at person B first, because their energy is the dominant one. So with their Temperance energy over here, we're getting a lot of major arcana in this person's energy. Temperance in this deck is called Balance. And in this deck, the Balance card represents internal and external temperance, the balancing of energy. Now, energy impacts everything in our experience. It impacts what we attract. It impacts what we repel. It impacts our experiences. It impacts our vision. It impacts our mood. It impacts our confidence, our self-esteem. It's big. Temperance is not a chill card. It has a big energy. This person has Temperance in the upright position. In their heart space, this is a very masterful, energetic manipulator. Person B has walked this earth many, many times and has been through a lot in their lifetime to be able to manipulate energy this well. Within person B's heart space is the desire to meet someone who can match this energy, match this experience, and who can match this ability. Person B is definitely not in a good place in their life. They are destined for better, and their influence is unfortunately very big. So I do think that within this person's heart space, there is a desire for more balance. There is an awareness of how they sometimes abuse their abilities to attract and repel certain things. But there is also a knowingness of when something is deviant, it is completely intentional. So person B is honestly a very scary person to be around if you're not protecting your energetic boundaries. Because person B doesn't make mistakes. Person B knows what they're doing and is very masterful. And their biggest heart's desire is to meet someone who can match their energy, who can give them what they're looking for. When it comes to this connection, they are still optimistic that there can be balance here and that there is still more in the future. But I also feel like this person possesses that level of optimism because they know that regardless of what happens in this connection, they're fine. With their abilities to manipulate the world around them, they'll be fine. Person B with these two cards and this devil in the background is definitely an opportunist. They know at the end of the day that regardless of what happens, something better is waiting for them. Whatever ends is just leading them to an even greater experience, because that's how their life has been. Whatever hardship they've been through has led them to even greater experiences. Like I said, they're very experienced. This is an old soul who's already been through a lot in their previous lifetimes and who has been through enough in this lifetime to awaken this deep knowing. So how does this compare to person A? With the throat chakra reversed, person A is stuck when it comes to thinking and processing what has happened in this connection. Person A is the reason why this connection is in the dark, because person A hasn't been able to process everything that has happened to them. When a throat chakra is reversed, it feels blocked because not only are we not thinking clearly, but we're struggling to communicate clearly. So whatever we're thinking, experiencing, or feeling isn't translating into our throat. It feels like person A is emotionally confused because although they're trying to be optimistic, their heart is telling them they've missed something important. Person A's heart space is saying, you aren't paying attention to what the facts are trying to show you. And their heart is locked in fear that they could be making some pretty big mistakes. Let me just shift how I'm sitting so I can be a bit more comfortable. There we go. So person A is worried that they're being naive. Their heart is locked in logical fear. Fear that they've been foolish, fear that they're being naive, fear that they're being manipulated, fear that they haven't said everything they need to say, fear that they're missing some sort of important information, fear that they're not being told the complete truth. Honestly, these energies are coming across as very different. There is a power dynamic here. And person B has a very dominant energy. Person A's energy feels very bruised, beaten, and deflated. And that's how their heart space feels as well. Person A's heart space feels very locked in this rational fear. And let me say that again, rational fear. Whatever person A has been through is why they feel this way. It is a rational response. And it needs to be unpacked and validated. You can't dismiss however person A is feeling. That's not going to help person A progress. Person A needs to validate their feelings, validate their fears. That is the only way that person A is going to be able to get out of this fear chokehold in their heart space. It's like person A's instincts are telling them, stop. Don't you dare get any more emotionally invested. Stop. There's a reason why this feels like a red flag. So let's have a look at what you both want moving forward. What does person A want from this connection, Spirit? What does person A want from this connection? Ghostlands, the number 17. What does person B want from this connection, Spirit? Okay, we got 2 cards. Coming to life, the number 29, and we have making a choice, the number 30. The back of the deck is magical map shifter. So this connection is highly likely to repeat a cycle it's already been through. You are both incredibly capable and able to change the trajectory, but you are highly likely to repeat a cycle and to once again feel disappointed in the results. Whether this is a platonic or romantic connection, with map shifter at the back of the deck, you are both powerful alchemists. Person A isn't aware of how powerful their thoughts, feelings, actions, intentions are. Person B is too aware. What you want from this connection is already manifesting through your actions, your thoughts, your intentions, and your feelings. And I really do think that you're going to go through another cycle here before you'll realize what it is that you actually want, which is in line with what is best for you. So person A is coming through as someone that wants to be able to kind of try until they can't try anymore. The Ghostlands is not just signs of an ending. It's like you're dwelling in the afterlife. Imagine that. You're not just holding on to the end of something. You're watching it pass over into the other side, and you're still expecting it to come back to life. Person A has to be very careful that they don't waste valuable time expecting resurrection. I think person A needs more time to process what has actually happened here, because they're not in tune with the fact that an ending has already happened seasons ago. In their heart space and at the core of what they want, person A is looking for answers. That's why you would enter the Ghostlands, is to look for answers. But you have to be aware of the fact that you're seeking answers from a cold and desolate place, which means you may not get what you want to hear. And if you want to live, if you want to embrace the best of what life has to offer, you wouldn't go to the Ghostlands to do that. I feel like person A is continuing to dwell in memories rather than embracing a future. I can see how person A is almost torturing themselves by dwelling in this kind of energy. This isn't the best way to heal, and this isn't the best way to gain clarity, but it seems to be the kind of closure that person A is seeking. So when we have a look at person B's energy, we see someone who knows that they have options. Person B is choosing to keep 2 doors open. They have 1 foot in this door and they have 1 foot in that door. Person B feels ready to move forward. They feel like they've done what they need to do. They've gathered information, they've talked to key people, and they feel like not only are they ready to move forward, but they're also ready to do it fairly quickly. This person already has things in the works outside of this connection. And with making a choice here, the only thing they have to decide is how quickly they want to move forward. There is part of this person that is still attached to this connection. but they know that this connection is a dead end. That's why coming to life is reversed. They feel like they've really exploited this connection for what it is, for what it could be. They've done what they needed to do. They've said what they needed to say. So now they've got to question, how quickly do I move forward? How fast do I want to change things? This person is actively and very powerfully manifesting a new beginning for themselves. They're stepping into their power. They're realizing how powerful they are. And they're using their awareness of human behavior, which is this deviancy of the devil, to get what they want quickly. I honestly don't think either of you are bad people. I just think that you're very bad for each other. Can I say that? You hurt each other. And moving forward is about knowing what is better for you, what is going to be best for you. Person B isn't willing to give up easily. So if person A is unable to move forward, person B will limit their growth because they find this connection comfortable. That's why I think there could be a repeating cycle. Unless you're both able to recognize how this connection is limiting your ability to embrace the best out of life. So what person B wants is to explore their options and then to make a choice. They don't know what they're choosing yet, but they do know that they want a brand new beginning and they want to grow as much as possible from here on out. They're very much wanting to move forward. So that is what I'm seeing for you, sweet souls. That is exactly what is going on in this connection. I'm going to end your YouTube reading here so I can recharge, and then I'm going to film your extended reading. If you would like to watch your extended reading, the link is in the description box and the pinned comment. Your extended reading will continue to have a look at what is going on in this connection by looking at what person A and person B's most recent thoughts of each other were, what their most recent feelings for each other were, and what the best advice for each other will be moving forward. Just like in the YouTube portion of your reading, we will ask other questions, but those are the 3 key topics we're following so that we can have a better look at what is going on in this connection and what you can expect in the near future. It has been an absolute pleasure to read for you, Group 2. These themes, these messages were not easy to convey. They weren't easy to channel. So I am sure that they're not easy to hear. I hope, despite how harsh these messages may have been, that they were also very validating in what you've been through. This is not an easy connection. This can't have been an easy experience, and I can't imagine how much this situation has truly impacted you. Things can get better, sweet soul, and I hope the clarity in this connection has given you the perspective you need to be able to choose what is best for you moving forward, whoever you resonate with in this situation. I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Thank you for all your time, your energy, and your support. I appreciate this energy exchange right here on YouTube. It is always a pleasure and a privilege to read for you and to be a part of your journey. So thank you for choosing me as your reader during this space and time that I've occupied in your journey. Until we meet again, sweet souls, bye. Hi Group 3 and welcome to your reading. If you recognize the Dreamy Moons Tarot deck, then this is going to be your reading with me. We're asking Spirit, what is going on in this connection? It's really important that you came into this reading with a specific connection in mind. And we're going to be breaking down the energy in this connection through 2 different perspectives. Whichever perspective you resonate with the most, the other perspective will be the other person's. And hopefully, overall, you will have a lot of information that you can use to figure out how you want to move forward in this connection. There is going to be an extended reading as well. I did talk about that in the intro, and I'm going to talk about it again at the end of your reading. Now, as I get into your reading, I'm going to set my intentions as your reader, which I highly recommend you also set your intentions as the viewer. What would you like to gain clarity on? Do you have specific questions in mind that you would like me to address? Are there specific things that you are hoping to gain from this reading? Keep those at the forefront of your mind. Set your intentions now, and I'm going to go ahead and set mine. Spirit, please tune me into my Group 3's energies. Please help me to offer Group 3 the most clear, honest messages about their connection so that we can give them all the information they need to move forward in their best interest on their journey. Thank you, Spirit. Now, sweet souls, I'm going to shuffle your deck. To open your reading, we will be answering a yes or no question that you may have. So it's really important that you pause the video if you need more time. Think of a yes or no question you would like to ask Spirit. It can be in relation to this to this reading in terms of this connection, or it could be completely unrelated. Think about that question and let's ask Spirit what the answer is. Spirit, yes or no? What is the answer to Group 3's question? Whoa. What is the answer to Group 3's question, Spirit? Yes or no? We have Judgment, and we have the Lover's card at the back of the deck. So with these 2 cards coming out, we can see Pluto on Judgment. Pluto is saying that the truth is going to find you anyway. You can expect your answer during this reading and after this reading. The answer is no. I truly believe that you are being set up for something better and that your spiritual team is encouraging you to redirect your energy towards a new beginning. Your spiritual team is encouraging you to be selfish and to make sure that you have all the information you need before you make a decision about your future. Consider how your decision is going to affect your future instead of how it's going to affect others. Consider that you may already have most of the information you need and that the answers are staring you right in your eyes. Pluto is calling for you to pay attention to what the signs have been telling you and to pay attention to the information in front of you, as though you've overlooked some important details that directly relate to the topic of the yes or no question you've asked. So that's the answer. No, because of all of that. Let me shuffle the deck again and let's have a look at what's going on in this connection. Now this deck is a very dark deck and I don't have all my blinds open, so let me go and open my blinds to let some more light in. Okay, Spirit, what is going on in this connection? What is going on in Group 3's connection, Spirit? Now we're going to address the connection objectively and then I'm going to get into the 2 perspectives. So this is an objective overview of what the connection is currently doing and what's happening in the connection. Spirit, what's going on in this connection for Group 3? We have the 9 of Wands, the 10 of Wands reversed. What is going on in this connection, please, Spirit? Okay. We have the Hanged Man and the 4 of Cups at the back of the deck. Pulling a card from the Kim Kran's Animal Archetypes deck. What is going on in this connection? The Dragon with the bat at the back of the deck. Okay, so let's have a look at it. Alrighty, interesting connection. So, first things I'm noticing is a lot of fire and a lot of water. This connection is big on feelings. Big on feelings. The sacral chakra is coming through as a predominant chakra, but we're also being shown with this dragon energy. Yeah, sacral chakra energy. Interesting. Another group got the dragon card too, but it was different energy, which is making me rethink their group. Anyway, the beautiful thing about this connection is that you both are really thinking. You're both trying to be very thoughtful about this connection. This feels like a connection in which you both still care for each other. This connection has reached a point in which challenges have presented and certain roles of accountability and responsibility were being questioned, but neither of you are ready to give up. This is still a connection in which you're both actively seeking a way forward. You both may be taking time out with the Nine of Wands to consider how you want to contribute towards this connection in the near future. And you're both trying to figure out with the Nine of Wands what sort of effort is required in order for this connection to thrive. I don't doubt that you've put in a lot of effort recently, but I think that a question or a conversation around boundaries has recently occurred. It could be that one or both of you is prone to taking on too much responsibility, and that responsibilities outside of this connection have caused challenges and tension. And so in order for this connection to continue to thrive, awareness of that character trait was brought to that person's attention, and a change in behavior has to happen. Whoever's been taking on too much can no longer do that because they're taking valuable energy away from this connection. It feels like you're both struggling to manage the expectations of this connection, but you're both actively seeking solutions still. You may be in a connection that is progressing to a level that you don't have a lot of experience in. And the challenges that you're facing, even though those themes could be themes you've encountered many times in your life, it feels different this time, which has you believing that there's something very special about this person, very special about this connection. Still feels like there's a lot of potential in this connection, a lot of passion, and a lot of feelings, a lot of attraction as well. I believe that you are both quite loyal and protective of each other. And if anybody were to insinuate or assume something about the other person, I feel like you would both defend and protect, whether the other person was present or not. It feels like you're protecting this connection against something else or someone else or other people. Now, the Hanged Man and the Four of Cups. Remember, the Four of Cups was your bottom deck energy in the tarot. That tells us that you're both trying to make the most out of the opportunities that you have to be together and for this connection to thrive. The word thrive is really significant to this group. We're not just trying to survive with this person. We're not just trying to experience and kind of coast through life together. We want to thrive together. And I think maybe you could have gotten complacent recently with this Four of Cups reversed. You could have kind of been taking each other for granted a little bit, just sort of hoping that things would just continue to fall into place naturally. And so we realized that that wasn't really what we wanted or what was working for us. So with the Four of Cups reversed, we had to disrupt that. And in disrupting that, we've offered a unique perspective. Somebody may have communicated to the other person in a way where the other person wasn't necessarily expecting that. And even though the two of you weren't on the same page, it was very enlightening to hear the other person's perspective and to be able to see things from their perspective. So you're both seeing this connection very differently due to this conversation. The Hanged Man does represent enlightenment first and foremost. But this kind of enlightenment comes from us recognizing some sort of deep pattern within ourselves, as well as a deep desire to grow beyond that pattern. And even though we may not have the solutions and how to kind of bridge that gap, by recognizing that gap, we are slowly internally adjusting ourselves to be able to envision a future that is very different to what we've been living, which is where I think this connection is at. There's a lot of private time where you're both just reflecting, thinking, processing, and trying to reset your expectations, trying to manage healthier boundaries, healthier balance, and solution-focused action. So let's reset the cards and have a look at your individual perspectives now. Okay, starting with person B, please, Spirit. In group 3's connection, what is person B's perspective of what is going on in this connection? What is person B's perspective? We have the elk reversed. What is person A's perspective of what is happening in this connection? Person B has the lion. Oh, the lion wants to be upright. Okay. And between the two of you is the earthworm reversed. Oh, that's not a good feeling. Interesting. Let's get some tarot out. You're both out of your comfort zone here, and you're sticking to your values, which is helpful because I believe you and this person have similar values, but you may have had different expectations for how this connection was going to move forward. I want to say I'm picking up on a lot of themes of loyalty here, loyal heart, and someone who has strong integrity. Earth sign, fire sign so far. So person B has a lot of earth energy, person A has a lot of fire, and there is also some water in this connection, which are signs that you could both share. Spirit, what is person A's perspective of what is going on in this connection? Person A, what is their perspective? We have the Four of Crystals. I'm going to have to move that out a little bit. And we have the Lover's card reversed. This person is kind of confused and a little blindsided by the conversation that happened recently between you two. They feel a little like rejected, and they have to process things because, sorry that this is coming through, I haven't even been able to pull cards for the other person yet, but person A has a big energy on this connection, and I feel like they were a little blindsided. They were like, wow, this is someone who thought that the connection was going really well, and then this conversation brought issues to light that shocked this person. And they were shocked because they do have a lot of loyalty to this connection, and they have hopes for this connection, and they feel a little deflated by this conversation, only because with the Four of Crystals here, they feel like things have really slowed down, and they feel like they have to really think about how to move forward now. They have to really think about their next actions, because this person almost feels like this connection is entering a really serious stage. And in order for the two of you to really feel connected and as though this is leading to the same thing that you both want, this person has to do something to match your energy. So right now they're just trying to listen to themselves, listen to their inner voice, listen to their heart. They're licking their wounds a little bit too. This person feels a little sorry for themselves, only because I think that they thought that everything was going really well, and it's like they're taking the conversation that the two of you had as constructive feedback. This person really thought that you were both on the same page until you had that conversation, and now they're like, wow, it's probably a really good thing that you're wanting, but they just see it as like, damn, it's going to take a lot of serious action from me. So what does person B, what is their perspective? Okay, we got a lot of cards, so I feel like this person's trying to explain themselves. Ace of Cups, Queen of Stars, the Magician, the Seven of Wands, the Three of Crystals, and the Queen of Wands. I'm going to put all these cards to the side because they can't all fit in frame. But let's talk about that bottom deck energy. What is going on in this connection is an opportunity to expand the connection by having conversations about your future. It's important with the Three of Crystals that you communicate how you're feeling, regardless of how difficult it is. And I think that this conversation has already happened, or it's on the precipice. So take it as it resonates, but this is a conversation in which you're highlighting differences. You're discussing similarities, but you're trying to address the problems. That's why it can be a conversation that leads to heartbreak. Because the goal is to have these conversations in order to expand. And if you're not willing to address the challenges, then you're going to be condemning yourselves to expansion separately. This card doesn't have to lead to separation, but it almost always involves addressing conflict and having a period of reflection afterwards. So I do think that this Three of Crystals has already happened, which is why person A is licking their wounds a little bit and reflecting and taking time to rest and really think about things. This is someone who has a lot of passion for this connection and who sees a future in this connection as well. They're just unsure of the execution. I'm hearing the ball is kind of in your court. So they feel like you both hold power, but in very different ways. Person A's power seems to be in the decisions they can make and the actions that they choose. Person A's power is in the decisions they make and the actions they choose. And right now they're choosing to just give themselves some time to process everything. Person B's power is in their emotive being, the way they express, the way they give. Person B has a real way of showing up for person A, pampering them and showering them in affection in a way that helps them feel very seen, very connected, and very secure. Person B's power lies in their affection, in the quality of love they give, and in the stability and consistency that they can offer. And so you both hold power in different ways. I really feel like from person B's perspective, what's going on in this connection is that this connection is being prepared for a new beginning. There is a new opportunity here in this connection to really show each other how much you mean to each other, how much you care for each other. And person B is eager to show person A this. Person B is keen to wear their heart on their sleeve and really work towards this opportunity, because our aces are not promises, they're opportunities. In order to turn an ace into something more, you have to work on it. And with the Queen of Stars here, this person is willing and ready to work on it. The Queen of Stars means that this person is at a point where they want something stable, long-term, and worthy of their good qualities. This person is seeking a spouse, a partner, someone that they can invest in, who will equally invest in them. I feel like person B admires a lot of these traits in person A, identifies the potential of the connection, and is actively seeking that in this connection. But with the elk energy reversed, they have a hesitancy because they know that free will is a thing. And will person A's free will allow them to be consistent enough to create a stable, long-term future? Person B seems to be questioning priorities and the structure of your individual lives, whether your lifestyles align and whether your attention can stay consistent on this connection. It's as though person B is saying that person A has a lot of different responsibilities and that these responsibilities take time away from this connection. Might not be a completely bad thing, because person B is still showing up as someone that wants a future here, but they feel skeptical. It's like they've gone, this is what I want, this is what I can offer. The rest is on you. And that's why I think we have person A in this energy of like, dang, I want the same thing, but I don't like to feel like I'm being forced to do things. I don't like to feel like that's all my options are. And it's not that they aren't wanting commitment. It's like this person has fears of how to assimilate their lifestyle with person B's. Person A may have a loyal heart to other responsibilities in their life. They may have other commitments that they've made, and they may be going, how am I supposed to maintain my loyalty to these prior commitments if I am supposed to like make more room in my life for this connection? And that's why we have the earthworm reversed, because you're both out of your comfort zones. You're both feeling like an earthworm who's been forced to surface. You feel vulnerable. You feel wriggly. You feel like prey almost. And you feel like you've been forced into this position. This isn't an ideal position to be in. It's quite uncomfortable. It requires vulnerability. But the goal behind doing this wasn't to make you uncomfortable. It was to give the relationship a chance to grow. And so where you stand currently with these additional supplement cards is that your connection is calling for more communication. The connection is calling for active manifestation. They want you to set your intentions. And when I say they, I mean your spiritual team. Sorry, I'm just bringing other people into the reading. Your spiritual team is calling for you to set your intentions. You are the alchemist in your life. Your reality is created through your intentions, your actions, your words. And that's why we have the magician here first and foremost. The Queen of Wands is here to say the only thing standing in the way of the best possible outcome happening is your energetic resistance. You guys are resisting a possible future with this person because you're unable to overcome your own fears with the Seven of Wands. You each need to address your energetic blockages. Because when you think about this connection, being able to take a step forward from where it currently stands, you can't honestly imagine that without feeling a blockage, without feeling uncertainty. We need to discuss that uncertainty. We need to address that uncertainty. And we need to unpack what this resistance truly is. So let's have a look at what's in your heart spaces towards each other. What is in person A's heart space for person B? We have the 9 of Wands again, rest and reconsider. What is in person B's heart space when it comes to person A? We have the 7 of Wands. You're both in this fiery energy. And at the back of the deck, your connection is in the 4 of Swords again, which is the Just Breathe card in this deck, and it's reversed. This oracle deck is the Psychic Oracle of the Heart Tarot by John Holland. I've had this deck for so long, like 5 years now. So with this 4 of Swords reversed, I feel like this connection is in a reflective period of healing and of readjusting. Your mindset needs to readjust, and we're slowly reanimating after a period of stillness, whether it was due to physical separation or limited contact. This connection is slowly coming back to life. We have to find a balance that works for us and the connection. Person A's heart space is still trying to defend itself. This person is proud. We should have seen that with the lion, but we're definitely seeing that now with the 9 of Wands. This is someone that doesn't easily admit when they're not doing something correctly. They feel very defensive of their lifestyle, of their choices, and of their commitments. And this person is having a hard time letting go of that pride and letting go of that defensiveness. They do have walls up at the moment, energetic walls. And they're resisting this connection because they're afraid of being too vulnerable and of too much change too quickly. This person is taking time in their heart to let their guards down and to address their fears, their insecurities, their triggers. The 9 of Wands, especially in this deck, is not about giving up. It's about strategy, evaluation, and trying to find a better way of doing things in order to be most successful. I feel this person's heart is still focused on success in this connection, but they need to work smarter, not harder. They were misconfusing. Well, that's too much. That word's way too much. Let's just say they were confusing what they needed to do with what they were doing. I feel like this person was giving too much of the wrong kind of attention to this connection. You guys may have been contributing in different ways because you have different love languages. This person may have misrepresented or misinterpreted what you actually wanted from them. They may have initially said, what more could I give you? I've been giving you so much. And you could have turned around and said, it's not the quality, it's not the quantity of what you've been doing, it's the quality. I need more quality effort from you. I don't need more of you. You're already doing a lot. I just need more presence, more intimacy. In person B's heart space with the 7 of Wands, they are creating energetic blockages because they feel like they were doing too much too soon. Especially with the elk reverse. They've resigned to believe that the best thing they can do is wait for person A to figure out what they're going to do. And until then, they're maintaining their sense of integrity and they're maintaining their opinion. They're trying to stand up for themselves. And in their heart, they haven't given up on this connection, but they need to start standing up for themselves more. They need to assert their opinion more. They need to assert their confidence. And they need to fight for this connection. This person may have in the past found it easier to just resign when things got hard in connections. They may have found it easier to be quiet and to just let things sort of quietly end instead of communicate what they were actually thinking. And so this person is learning to be courageous, to be bold, and to assert their energy instead of just give up. In both your heart spaces, you're learning more about yourselves and you're having to overcome your individual challenges in order to step up for this connection. It's not comfortable, it's not easy, which is why you feel unearthed. But it is offering this connection a chance to expand, to grow, and to become something more than what it's been able to be up until this point. I do have a lot of good feelings about this. I think you're going through growing pains. And I do think as long as you keep your intentions aligned, this connection does have the ability to continue to grow. Let's have a look at what you both want from this connection moving forward. What does person A want from this connection? Moonlight. That card hardly comes out anymore. It's also the number 51. The number 6 and the number 9 could be very significant. Pluto was also significant in this connection. What does person B want from this connection? What does person B want from this connection, Spirit? Okay, we're going to take Gentle Gardener. And at the back of the deck is Spirit of Place. Number 4 again. This connection is reaching a newfound sense of stability, and it can only get there by acknowledging the imbalances. Life is not supposed to be easy. The idea of things being natural means that change has to happen. So I just had an important download while I was shuffling. I see with the oracle cards in the back, the person B kind of looks like they've checked out a little bit on the surface, while person A seems to be following person B's direction, almost looking for direction, feeling a little lost even, waiting for person B to kind of tell them what to do and how to step up. So that could be interesting and confirming to where you stand as well, depending on who you resonate most as being. When having a look at your connection as a whole, it is going to be able to get to a more stable place, and the two of you will feel more connected, more in tune, and more aware of each other after this period. You're going to feel a very deep connection to one another. Spirit of Place is very interesting because it kind of, to me, speaks about stepping into an environment in which you don't need words to know what is happening around you. You just feel in tune with your environment, whether you're in nature, whether you're in a room, whether you're at a venue or outdoors, a cafe. It's that awareness of just being in tune with your environment. And that's how the two of you are wanting this connection to move forward mutually. You want to feel more in tune with each other and with the vibration of your connection. So how is this impacting you individually? Person A is wanting more emotional intimacy. They've been in a position where they've been analyzing things and thinking about things, and now they want to know more about the other person's feelings. They feel as though they've cut themselves off a little bit and that they're in the dark. They feel like person B moves quite quickly and that they've missed out on some things, and they need to kind of communicate and get better kind of in tune with what's been happening in person B's life. The moonlight offers a unique perspective on a circumstance as well, because it's not a bright light. It's not something that we would think of when we're thinking of looking for something in the dark. Sometimes it's the only thing available to us if it is still dark. So this person may feel like they don't have all the answers, but they're kind of sick of waiting in the dark for something to change. They're considering doing something without having all the answers, and they think they'd feel better about doing it if they communicated with you and understood more about what you want and what you're expecting, which is why I think that they're looking at person B. So that's person A's desires for this connection. More emotional intimacy as well. Person A is wanting balance in this connection as well as compromise. Person B believes, I don't know if I said person A. Person B believes that this connection has a lot of potential as a partnership. And they don't want to force anything to happen. Person B is comfortable going slow and just taking things with care. This card does talk about handling a situation delicately. They don't want to create any more tension, stress, or conflict. They want to delicately move forward, gently taking care of this connection and showing compassion and patience and a present focus. Like this person wants to show person A that they're still here and that they still care. So that's what I'm seeing, my group threes, in terms of what is going on in this connection. I'm going to take this into the extended reading now, where we will continue that person A, person B perspective to have a look at what your most recent thoughts of each other were, what your most recent feelings for each other were, and what the best advice for each other will be. I will ask more questions as I did in this reading, but those are the three anchors in your extended reading. We're going to start with those three topics, and we're going to gain additional insight where necessary. It's been different for each group, so I'm keen to see what those additional questions will be for you. But if this extended reading sounds helpful, and if you're keen to continue the messages, the link to the extended readings is in the description box and the pinned comment. That link does take you to my website where I host my extended readings, so please make sure you click on the right reading before you purchase it. Remember your group 3 of the What is Going On in Your Connection reading. Thank you for all your time, your energy, and your support, sweet souls. It's been an absolute pleasure to be a part of your journey, and thank you for choosing me as your reader. If this is where we're parting ways, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Until our paths cross again, bye. Hi my group 4s, and welcome to your reading. If you recognize this, is it the Housewives? Yeah, Housewives Tarot deck. I was nearly going to say Desperate Housewives, so maybe that TV show holds some significance to this group. But if you recognize the Housewives Tarot deck, you're in the right place. We're asking Spirit today, what is going on in the connection on your mind? It is very important that you come to this reading with a connection on your mind, okay? And before we open your reading, I would also ask you to set your intentions for today's reading. As your reader, I'm going to set my intentions, but as a viewer, I highly recommend you think about the clarity you need in this connection. Think about the key questions you have, the key clarity you're looking for, the key information you're looking for, and that can help us connect and tune in together, because this is a collective reading that can help some more specific messages to come through. Spirit, please tune me into Group 4's energy. Please help me offer Group 4 the most clear, honest messages about their reading today. Now, sweet souls, I'm going to shuffle this back into the deck. And to open your reading, I'm going to ask you to think of a yes or no question. We're going to get the answer to that yes or no question before we address the topic of today's reading. So think about that question, pause the video if you do need more time. Spirit, what is the answer to group 4's yes or no question? What is the answer to group 4's yes or no question, Spirit? Okay. We have the 7 of Wands. And we have the 6 of Pentacles reversed with the 10 of Swords at the back of the deck. I would say that this is an optimistic yes. Your answer is dependent on your ability to make it happen. You can't wait for somebody else to give you what you need. You're going to have to move forward with all the information you have. Okay, sorry, my group 4s. I was interrupted by my alarm. I always forget that I have that alarm turned on. But as I was saying, in order to pull this off, you're going to have to try really hard. You're going to have to push yourself. You're going to have to beat the expectations of others. And you're going to have to really have the courage to step up and get this done. This yes has to do with you believing in yourself more than anything, and doing what you can to stop this from becoming a no. With the 10 of Swords at the back of the deck, this could very well be a no as soon as you resign yourself. As soon as you give up, as soon as you go, I don't have the energy for that, I don't have the time for that, I don't have the ability to do that, then this is going to turn into a no. It's only a yes if you believe it can be a yes, and if you truly try to turn this into a yes. With the 6 of Pentacles reversed, you may need to borrow resources from somebody else in order to make this happen. You may need to borrow money. You may need to ask for a favor, get somebody's physical support, their time to help out. You may need to make some material sacrifices in order to really pull this off, but it is possible. It's just going to require some hard work, a lot of belief in self, and a proactive period of you actively working on this. So that's what I'm seeing for you. That is the answer to your yes or no question. Let's have a look at your connection now, group 4. Spirit, what is going on in this connection? What is going on in this connection? We're going to look at the connection as a whole, and then we're going to have a look at it all together. What is going on in this connection? In terms of, we're going to break it down into those two perspectives. But first, let's have a look at the overall connection. We have the 8 of Pentacles. What is going on in this connection, please, Spirit? We have the 10 of Wands, and at the back of the deck is the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Okay. I'm also going to pull a card from the Kim Kran's Animal Oracle deck. Spirit, what is going on in this connection? Okay. We have the Elephant card with the Fire Ant at the back of the deck. So how do we feel about this connection? The Fire Ant says that this connection has a lot of, well, to be honest, the Fire Ant represents a lot of fire, a lot of desire. So there is this interesting theme here of you and this person having a strong sense of passion. And I think with the Elephant card also being a fire card, you're very determined to try to break through barriers and blockages in this connection. This is a connection that seems to be struggling only because there could be a lot happening in your lives. There's a lot of stuff happening with the 10 of Wands. There's a complication of energy, which usually stems from someone having too much on their plate, too many responsibilities, too many expectations. With the Knight of Pentacles at the back of your tarot deck, the overall energy feels restless, frustrated, and like it's at the drawing board again. The Knight of Pentacles makes me think that this connection is back at the drawing board, which makes me think that someone's recent efforts were not helpful. Whatever we were doing in this connection previously has delayed progress. There is a feeling here of our time being divided between our material responsibilities and this connection. It seems to be important to both of you with the Knight of Pentacles card here that you try to do things that can speed up the progress here, make up for lost time maybe, while also making sure that it's quality, not quantity. Because our Knight of Pentacles reversed can represent an attention to details sort of focused. And even when it's reversed, it doesn't take away that detail. It just means that we're trying to rush it up. We're trying to change the plans. And so we're back at the drawing board. And I believe that as well with the Magician card over here. These two cards, to be fair, together represent precision. The Magician does have this fake confidence sometimes. It's kind of an energy of fake it until you make it. It's a smoke and mirrors energy. It represents being able to fool people into thinking something is what it isn't. The energy of this connection makes me think that your communication with each other isn't completely honest. It's like you're both trying to put your best foot forward, trying to communicate the good stuff, which is also coming through as some of the fake stuff. You're not really addressing the serious stuff. That could also be because you're really trying to manifest. You're trying to trick the energy into being something better than it is. I also feel like your conversations are incredibly important right now, even if they're not completely authentic. It feels like you're gathering information on each other, on the connection. This could be in relation to other people as well. Other people could be asking you, hey, how's that, friendship going? How's so-and-so? And you could be saying, oh yeah, things are really good. It's fine. Thanks for asking. Like, you don't want to talk about it in depth. You don't want to tell the truth. So you're just putting on the mask and performing. Now with the Eight of Pentacles here, this connection is a connection that is in building mode. The Eight of Pentacles is about finding a cycle that works, that is building towards an expected outcome, an expected goal. And in this case, with the Eight of Pentacles being here, that kind of cycle is heavily connected to a long-term goal. Now, you could throw in, work, career with the Eight of Pentacles, but this is supposed to represent what is going on in your connection right now. So I do feel like material responsibilities are a priority in your individual lives. It's important that you do work on your career, work on your finances with this Eight of Pentacles being here. But I think that in relation to the connection, there is this overall desire to try to find a rhythm in this connection in which the right amount of effort garners the right amount of results. We're not trying to do too much. We're trying to make the most out of the time we have together, which makes me think that whatever you're doing recently, whatever changes you've made recently, it feels positive. It feels like this connection was struggling before the changes, but now you've created some change with this elephant. You've addressed some of the issues with the Knight of Pentacles reversed. You've had these discussions and you're starting to see some progress. Now, the Ten of Wands was the last card we pulled. This card is heavy. It's actually a very energetically draining card because it represents the end of a cycle and the end of your energetic capacity. When it comes to this connection, it feels like one or both of you is still struggling to manage their responsibilities and their expectations. It feels like the expectations need to be adjusted based on what plans have changed with this Knight of Pentacles, what blockages we're working on with this Elephant, and what conversations we're having with this Magician. Whoever is struggling the most may be pretending they're not with the Magician. They may be trying to be optimistic and charming, and really under the surface they're burning, they're crashing, they're burnt out. So the Ten of Wands indicates the end of a cycle. It has to end. We can't physically do any more. We can't be anymore. We can't give anymore. And I don't think the person who's at burnout is being completely honest. I think we have addressed some of these issues for the Elephant to be here, and we're actively working on these issues with the Eight of Pentacles. But these two cards, I'm a little worried. So I'm keen to kind of break it down now into those two perspectives of person A and person B. And let's have a look at what this actually means for your connection. Spirit, what is going on in this connection for person A? What is going on in this connection for person A? For person A, your first tarot card is the Emperor card. What is going on in this connection? Whoa, and we have the Page of Cups. It flipped itself. What is going on in this connection, Spirit, for person B? For person B, we have the Five of Wands. What is going on in this connection for person B, please, Spirit? And the King of Wands. So there's still a strong fiery attraction here that is keeping the two of you together. There is a feeling of you guys not really knowing how to bring your lives together. If you're with this person romantically, it feels like you're very compatible, but you may have spent a lot of time apart or a lot of time building your own lives to the point where it's very hard to imagine a life together. I can see with tarot that there is this feeling of optimism and this feeling of there is enough history and connection between us for this to work. But the challenges that you're facing are practical. You guys are practically finding it hard to kind of merge things together, to find mutual solutions and mutual kind of like a blending of energy. So where are we at with this, Spirit? What does this mean? What does this mean? The World card, the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. I want to pull more tarot cards because I feel like this is a connection in which you two are pretty committed to each other. Let's see what the Oracle cards have to say. Spirit, what is going on in this connection? What is person A's perspective? What is person A's perspective? Person A has the oyster reversed. What is person B's perspective? Person B has the unicorn upright. And at the back of the deck is the deer. I've definitely had a huge shift on this channel since I've taken some time off. I feel like I'm reading for a lot of couples. And also for a lot of platonic connections. Now, you are my fourth group, so I'm going to follow the trend of the others where I will address this connection as a romance and a platonic connection. And it's up to you to discern that information and to take your notes and to ascertain how this connection, how this reading truly assists you with the information you need. That's why I encourage you to set your intentions at the beginning. Okay, let's talk about it. With the deer energy between you, what's going on in this connection between your two perspectives is this sort of push and pull energy. It's like you're both locked on, you're both exhibiting a strong focus, but you're both not wanting to rush the process. You're both having to try to remain grounded while also being in an uncomfortable state of attachment to each other. It's clear that you both are attracted and interested in this connection, but with the Deer reversed and these other oracle cards, it feels like we're trying not to spook the person too much. We're trying not to scare them away too much. We don't want to force this situation to become something greater than what it is right here, right now. And that's why I believe we have the Deer reversed in the middle. It really feels like we're trying not to spook the other person. So let's start with person A. With the Oyster reversed, person A is holding back a little bit. It feels like person A could be battling their own demons because they don't want to scare person B away with the level of responsibility and pressure that is on their shoulders. This is somebody who is currently having to deal with a lot. And they're doing so because it's a part of who they are. It's a part of what they signed up for. It's a part of their life that they feel they're accountable for. So when they present to this connection, they present in a very playful, fun, flirty, lighthearted way. But behind that facade is someone who's really struggling. This is someone who feels, with the Emperor, like they not only have a lot on their plate, but they also have a lot to overcome. They feel like somebody who has unrealistic expectations, but it's no one's fault but their own. When it comes to this connection, there's a lot that they're not sharing about these responsibilities. This person could be a parent with the Emperor here. They could also be somebody who other people rely on or look up to. And with the Oyster reversed, they don't want to burden this connection. So from their perspective, with the Oyster reversed, this connection is doing well because they're clammed up. Sorry, I'm just wiping my nose. It always runs when I'm channeling. This connection is doing well because they've closed off, because they're keeping the grittiness out of this connection. They want to keep it fun, lighthearted, and they genuinely enjoy spending time with person B. Their perspective is that this connection needs to be filtered. They need to filter the crap like an oyster does. Filter the crap out of this connection's purity. This person believes that this connection is a beautiful part of their life, a part where they can just connect, enjoy, and really feel, I want to say, positive and playful. And there's a side of them that they only get to be in this connection. Nobody else gets to see that side. This person could have a wicked sense of humor as well. They could use humor to deflect from their responsibilities or from serious topics, be a bit of a comedian in that way. I'm also just going to throw out some signs. I'm seeing Scorpio very strongly. I'm seeing Aries. And I want to say that there is more water here, but those are the two signs that I'm seeing the most. So that's person A's perspective of the connection. Person B over here, with the unicorn, person B feels like this connection is very unique and special. They feel like this connection was divinely guided or orchestrated, and this person may be more spiritual in nature. This is someone who believes that there's more to this connection than what it has currently offered. And they feel drawn to this connection because they feel like they kind of manifested it. Person B's perspective is that this connection is unique enough to continue fighting for and to continue investing in. Person B doesn't feel like this connection has been too challenging. With the Five of Wands reversed, the challenges have been external mostly and easy to overcome. Whatever issues existed with the Five of Wands reversed, you were able to handle them before they got really bad. Person B's perspective is that there is a lot more going on in the background than what is being discussed. So person B can tell with the Five of Wands reversed that person A's energy is preoccupied by external, I want to say, attachments, but the Five of Wands can represent other people's opinions. It can represent other people's drama. Person B believes that this connection is being impacted by other people's opinions and kind of their issues. Outside of that, though, person B doesn't think that this is too big of a deal. Person B believes that these challenges will be overcome. And with the King of Wands, in the upright position, the primary energy towards this connection from person B's perspective is one of ambition, plans, and optimism. Person B's perspective is that this connection has a lot of potential to be something exciting, to be something expansive, a creative force, and a sense of purpose. Person B has a genuine excitement about the future and may be actively focusing on plans of how this connection can expand. Person B's expectations are that they have to be an active part of planning this out, and that they need to be the one to kind of either initiate or lead this expansion. Even though person A comes across as someone that has the ability with the Emperor being there, person B's perspective is that person A already has a lot on their plate. They're already doing so much. So person B has taken it upon themselves to step up and be this King of Wands. Not quite the Emperor, but just as capable, just as responsible, just as ambitious, and a bit more available. Person B could be a naturally creative person with all this fire. Could be someone who has a strong passion in life or a strong sense of passion in one of their interests. Creative individuals don't just paint and sing. They also know how to express, and they can come through as people that pick up little things a lot, if that makes sense. A King of Wands as a creative force is able to think creatively, finding creative solutions and creative ideas that can be implemented, not just imagined. So I really think that this connection has inspired person B's perspective. Person B is thinking of things that they don't usually think about, using aspects of who they are and experiencing a newer version of themselves in this connection. I would say that person B has a lot of optimism, but person B is also really tapped into the divine. They're being guided to remain optimistic. They're keeping their finger on the intuitive pulse of this connection. And if it wasn't worth investing in, I feel like person B would be able to intuitively know that. On the other side here, coming back to person A, with this watery energy, I feel like person A is also quite intuitive, but I think that they are intuitive to a fault. I think that they are the one who kind of worries that they take up too much space sometimes. I think person A struggles to feel seen and important in a lot of circles. And so that's how they got into the habit of withholding and dimming and filtering instead of expressing and being open. I do think that with a little more coaxing and time, person A would be more open. I think that they just need to really sort out what they need to sort out. It's too risky, I'm hearing. With the Emperor reversed, it's too risky to share this load and to expect an equal give and take. So that's what I'm seeing in terms of what's going on in this connection. Let's have a look at your heart spaces now. What is going on in your heart spaces when it comes to this connection? For person A, please, Spirit. What is in person A's heart space for this connection. Person A's heart space is control, which is also the strength card in this deck. So Leo energy, more fire, so much fire. What is in person B's heart space in this connection? I keep hearing rare, unique. Person B's heart space spirit. We have 2 cards. We have daydreams and decisions and rest and reconsider. The back of the deck is awaiting results, the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, look, there is something going on in this connection, group 4. The 7 of Pentacles, there's something in a material, tangible way that is impacting this connection. And I think for it to be the 7 of Pentacles, it makes me think that this connection is having to be tested with time and effort. That is your current test. Life has taken over and done what it does, which is throw us curveballs and test our ability to balance and juggle the things that we want with the things that we need to do. And you're both trying to work with that juggling act. You're both trying to handle your individual responsibilities, priorities, as well as the connection. If this is a romantic connection, I feel like you guys are trying to work towards the next step, towards feeling more ready for the next step in this connection. And in order to do that, you need to feel like your material world is on track. It could be that because person B is showing up as this King of Wands upright, person A is feeling a lot of pressure to be an emperor. Person B could be planning out some exciting new career or passion or hobby, an exciting new chapter that involves traveling, meeting new people, new experiences. And person A is like, dang, I'm barely surviving over here. Like, I already have so much on my plate. I want to be like that, but I'm really struggling with what I already have. And so I think that that's been a bit hard as well, because we can see that you're both compatible. You both kind of fit quite well, but you're in energies where you're not quite comfortable with what you bring to the table. You have your own things that you're working on in order to feel ready enough for the serious next steps of this connection. And so I do think that you may compare yourselves to each other, especially person A. Person A really does. In their heart space, we see control reversed. This is someone that has a lot of strong feelings and impulses. In their heart, they feel vulnerable to this connection. They feel like they need to be more measured and controlled and careful and patient, but they're struggling. They feel like they don't have a good handle on things, and that they're struggling to not only find the balance in this connection, but find a balance in themselves. This person wants more. They don't want to wait. Person A knows that y'all may not be ready, but they want more. Person A's heart is feeling things that they haven't felt in a long time with this 8 reversed. And they're feeling like if they don't pursue it, they could lose it to some respect. This could be a very subconscious, deep fear, because we did have the moon behind our bottom deck energy. So it may not be the most conscious fear, but there's a part of them that may be wanting to move things quickly because they're afraid if they don't, they'll lose it. They're afraid that if with more time, person B will realize person A's weaknesses, deficits, and issues. Speaking of person B, in their heart space, they know that they want this connection. They feel a little enchanted by the possibilities of this connection, to the point where they often daydream and fantasize about what this connection could be. And they feel a little overwhelmed by the different choices that need to be made in this connection. But they know in their heart what they want. They're not confused with the 7 of Cups reversed. They may just feel emotionally overwhelmed with how much feeling they have. Now with the Rest and Reconsider card reversed, this is the Nine of Wands. We did have the Ten of Wands at the start of your reading, so I'm not too surprised that this card has come out. The Nine of Wands reversed means that this person, person B, their heart knows that they need to change the way that they've been giving to this connection, the way that they've been showing up for this connection, for this person. There's a lot more that person B wants, but they're trying to also have control. They're trying to also restrain themselves. They're not comfortable doing nothing. That's why this card's reversed. So they've tried to switch up the way that they give to this connection. And they've tried to use divine wisdom and their own experiences to make preventative changes to their approach to this connection. These changes were to prevent burnout, to prevent a crash course ending. And these changes were to make sure that person A still knows that they're here, that they want this, but that they're not going to be solely responsible for moving this connection forward. Even with the King of Wands upright, which was this person saying that from their perspective, this connection is very passionate and their primary focus. Even with that, in their heart, they know that they have to be careful about how much they give and how quickly. The Nine of Wands can often be seen as a card of like needing to give up. And I don't think that's true. I think in their heart, they know that they're not going to give up. But they can't keep doing things the way that they were. That's why we had the Five of Wands show up. So what do they mean with this Nine of Wands reverse, Spirit? What does this person B mean? What is the spiritual lesson? They're doing this for themselves. They're doing this for themselves. They want stability in this connection more than anything. So they're trying to be stable in their approach. When it comes to their emotions, this is someone that's really having to control their mind first and foremost. Person B may overthink things. And with the Five of Swords, they may assume things that are harmful to this connection, that may put this connection in tough spots of comparison, but also ultimatums. The Five of Swords can feel like well, we have to do this, or, nothing's going to happen. We have to be all in or nothing's going to happen. So with the Nine of Wands reversed, it feels like person B has had to put their feelings in a bind. They've had to almost give themselves an ultimatum, and they're waiting to see changes before they allow themselves to feel deeper. They're waiting to see physical actions and words change before they allow their emotions to develop deeper. And that could be why person A is feeling this pressure. So much going on here. Is there anything else we need to understand about person A's heart space? Is there anything else? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so the thing about person A's heart space, sacral chakra coming out, they have a strong attraction to this connection, and this person feels that attraction not just in a physical, sexual way, but for it to come from their sacral chakra, it's coming from a very vulnerable place. This is somebody that feels very connected to person B, and their heart space is wounded because the last time or the only time that they allowed themselves to feel like this, they were hurt. So person A is still recovering. Person A has a lot more to give, to nurture, to offer, to feel in this connection, similar to person B. But they're not quite ready to fully create that stability. And so they may over-sexualize this connection or this person just to protect the vulnerable feelings associated with their passion. So I want to be clear and say that person A's attraction to person B is deeper than sex. It's layers of intimacy and connection, but they mask it with sex. They mask it through sexual intimacy. Their love language could be physical touch. But I feel like this person, for sacral chakra to be reversed with this control card reversed, this person feels that uniqueness as well. They just measure it differently. They feel that unicorn energy as well. They just don't have a strong enough connection to self in the way that person B does, in the way that person B's spirituality offers. So person A with the sacral chakra reversed feels more than they allow themselves to. Their heart space is protecting itself through this hypersexuality, which is actually impacting them physically. Usually if you have a blocked sacral chakra, your lower back can experience pain. Your energy levels can be all over the place. One minute you're extremely fatigued. Next minute you have like hyperactivity. And I think with the sacral chakra reversed in their heart, they are figuring out that there is an imbalance here in what they want versus what they're getting from this connection. And the only person they have to really, I wouldn't say blame, but kind of pin this on is themselves because of what they're able to give and receive with this control reversed. So they know in their heart of hearts that being an oyster and an emperor reversed isn't helping this connection. It's not offering this connection the stability that you both want. But they're trying. It's just taking time, because what this person has been doing is not only easier, but it's also been temporarily gratifying. And so in order to rebuild and to really break free from habits and environments and connections that have been enabling this person's self-sabotaging behavior, they need to make a lot of changes. And these are changes that you're already aware of. 5 of Wands reversed again. It's just taking them a lot longer than they expected, which is where we saw the frustration from the beginning of this connection with the elephant and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And we see that again with the 7 of Pentacles upright. So let's have a look at what you both want now in your heart of hearts. What do you want from this connection? What does person A want from this connection? Okay. We have Field of Dreams, the number 21. What does person B want from this connection? We have details, clarity. And the back of the deck is Ghostlands, the number 17. This connection needs to reach a point of conclusion, not so that it can end, but so that a cycle can come to an end. With the Ghostlands card being here, there is definitely an emphasis on this connection needing to kind of be almost barren in order for the obvious truths to stand out. We have to limit the external distractions, the external opinions, the external complications, so that you can both individually look at where you're at, look at where the connection is at, and look at what you want. In your heart of hearts, it's almost like you guys just want to be alone together. You just want to be in this barren world together where you don't have to worry about other people, other noise, other issues, all of that. So let's have a look at person A's heart of hearts with the Field of Dreams reversed. This person wants something that feels like a fantasy, doesn't feel real. Person A wants this connection to be able to not only be more tangible, but it's like they want their wish to come true here. What they want doesn't feel real. Field of Dreams reversed is like, I want my dreams to be real. I want what I imagine when I go to sleep to be real. Which is weird because it's like this person is resigned to believe that what they're tackling and what they're bottling up is what is going to be their reality for a very long time. Especially for this to be the number 21, it makes me think of the World card. It feels like this person has to overcome a lot of karma and responsibility in order to turn this connection into reality, which is what they want in their heart of hearts. It tells a lot about how this person thinks. They may see person B as a fairy or a pixie or some enchanted being, which is interesting because we had the unicorn over here as well. So fairy tales and enchantment could be a real thing, a theme in this connection or a sign of this connection. It could be that when you see, butterfly wings or fairies, you know that this person is thinking of you or something like that. Person B over here with details, what do they want? They want the Knight of Pentacles to figure himself out. They want progress, they want action, and they want quality of action, not just hasty action. In their heart of hearts, they want the clarity. They want to see that things are positively changing. And they want to feel confident in the changes and progress that they're both making. Person B has a strong sense of purpose, direction, and drive, and they want to feel like they can invest that in this connection, but they need to see something first. They need the details to match the desires. That's what they want in their heart of hearts. So that is what I'm seeing for you, my group 4s. I'm going to end your YouTube reading here, and I'm going to take it into the extended reading now, where we will have a look at person A and person B's most recent thoughts of each other, most recent feelings of each other, and we're also going to get best advice for each other as well. Similar to part 1 of your reading on YouTube, the extended reading is also going to have additional questions. I'll think of it at the time. Some of the groups got similar supplementary questions, but most of you, it really depends on the energy of your connection, depending on the additional questions we'll ask. Some groups got channeled messages, other groups got actions and intentions instead. So we'll see what comes through for you, group 4. If you'd like to access your extended reading and extend your reading, the link is in the description box and the pinned comment. Thank you, group 4, for all of your support right here on YouTube. If you do join us in the extended, please make sure you select the right group. The link in the description box and the pinned comment takes you to a page in my website where I host my extended readings. So make sure you select the right reading before you spend any money. Double check, triple check at checkout, please. Thank you so much for all of your time, your energy, and your support right here on YouTube. It's been an absolute pleasure to be a part of your journey and to read for you. So thank you for letting me be your reader today. As we part ways, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Until we meet again, bye.